Say something. Thank you.
We've probably just got to watch the Andrew versus Andy, right? So just know if you're not the one who gets called, it's not your answer.
Well, Andrew is on the red team and Andy's on the blue team, and they're just going to have to remember that.
Also, the buzzer lights up the color, so.
Yeah.
So, Bob, whenever you're ready, good sir.
Oh, have we done all the
Yes, sir.
tests successfully? Great. Well, good afternoon, everybody. May is winding down, but TPT is very much flush. We have a match today between two strong teams. The blue team, me Casu Marzu as Su Casu Marzu, and they will be happy to explain what that team name means offline. And we have All About the Bays is the red team. Ray is the blue team captain, Jason, the red team captain. So welcome to all of you. A special note to Ray and Jason, a reminder, and all the players actually, a reminder that when in a steal opportunity, when the other team has gotten one wrong, we invite and encourage all team members on the opposite team to unmute so that we can hear the consultation going on. I ask Ray and Jason to please end all that jabber with final answer, whether you're passing or responding, just so with all the talk, I know what the teams what the team captain is selecting. So please, whether you pass final answer or give a response final answer, that will help us a lot. Remember too, it is a rule of the TPT that you must be visible on camera at all times. Our cabal leaders will keep an eye on that. Also, we encourage you to, how can I put this? Keep your hands still and your eyes front. I mean, not to be frozen about it, but we are on the lookout for any suggestion that anybody might be, Googling a response or using Wikipedia or chat or, chatting about something with their cousin or something. So to make sure everybody's on the up and up, please stay fixed on the game and don't give us any sense that your hands are moving or your clicker is going or anything like that. We appreciate that. Finally, remember that the inflexible rule is you may buzz in no more than twice per 5-clue category. We will try to keep track of that, but we invite you after your second buzz in the category to do the classic Vegas, the dealer's hands are clean and is away, and there'll be no further warnings. If somebody buzzes in a third time in a category, your team will lose those points, okay? All right, let's see, big energy and big smiles. I got some fun clues for you today, I believe. And we start with our first category, which is one of Alex's favorites. And P.S., did you hear about Alex's great health news? That is really wonderful. But Alex loves, and so do we, the Civil War. So here we go, teams. Depending on your liking of the Civil War, you might buzz in late to try to get one of the big points, or buzz in early, or not at all. Okay, good luck, teams. Here we go. 1 point in the Civil War. General Beauregard wrote that General B actually said of this man, "Look at his brigade. It stands there like a stone wall." Ray.
Who is Stonewall Jackson?
Stonewall Jackson is correct for 1 point. First blood for me, Casu, blue team. For 2 points. Early models of the Gatling gun were manually operated using one of these. Andy.
Hand crank.
A hand crank is correct for 2 more points for the blue team. Civil War for 3. A leader of Confederate guerrillas who were spookily hard to find and fight, John Mosby was AKA the Gray This. Jonathan.
The Gray Ghost.
He was the Gray Ghost, and that ties it up for the red team, 3-3. For 4 points in the Civil War. In 1865, his pursuit hastened Lee's surrender. In 1866, he was sent west to deal with the Indians, and Andy?
Custer.
And passed into history. Custer is correct for 4 points. Finally, Civil War for 5. This bloodiest one-day battle of the Civil War stopped, Joe?
Antietam.
Antietam. Stopped the first Confederate invasion of the North, 1862. Joe knows his Civil War, and that is correct. I will announce the score every 3 categories, but we got 2 strong teams here. Let's see how you do with a delightful category, Scandinavian words we all use. Scandinavian words we all use. For 1 point, Swedish gave us this word for a buffet meal. Andrew?
Smorgasbord.
Smorgasbord is correct. Are you with us from the space shuttle there, Andrew? That had a distinct Houston, we have a problem ring. But wherever you're broadcasting from, that is correct for 1 point. For 2 points, this word for a downhill zigzag ski race marked by poles or gates is from the Norwegian. Andy?
Slalom.
Slalom is correct for 2 points. I hope we've got the Andrew versus Andy thing worked out. That was from the blue team, I believe, but Rochelle's got it under control. Okay, for 3 points, Scandinavian words. Small twigs are woven together in this kind of work, in quotes, seen in furniture and baskets. Kirsten?
Wicker.
Wicker work is correct. Yeah, I never knew wicker was a Scandinavian word, but there you go. You learn a lot here. Did you know that the dot over the I and J is called a tittle? I didn't know that, but I learned it yesterday in yesterday's match. A tittle is the dot of the I or J. Anyway, back to Scandinavian words for 4 points. This word for a bicycle that also has a low-powered gasoline engine was coined in Sweden. This word for a bicycle that also has a low-powered, Jonathan?
Moped.
Moped is correct. I didn't know that was a Swedish word either, but you did. Well done for 4 points. Finally, for 5 points, Norwegian for young fry of fish. They're the shrimp-like crustaceans eaten by certain whales. Norwegian for young fry of fish. Jonathan?
Krill.
Krill is correct for 5 points, and the red team for the first time takes the lead. But it's still early. Our next category, these clues are short teams, so be ready to buzz in. The category is Singers' Songs from the Heart. I am looking, in each case, for the main singer, the one who had a top 40 hit with the tune, okay? So you're on notice. We want the main singer, the one who had a top 40 hit with. For 1 point, 1962, I Left My Heart in San Francisco. Ray?
It was Tony Bennett.
Tony Bennett is right. That's the song from the heart. For 2 points, again, we want the main singer. 1996, Unbreak My Heart. Ray?
It was Tony Braxton.
Tony Braxton is right, and you are out of the category. The rest of the blue team will pick up versus the red team on this one for 3 points. 1997's boy band, Quit Playing Games with My Heart. Andrew?
In Sync.
Incorrect. That's a break for the blue team. I'll repeat it. And Ray, you and your team can consult. 1997 boy band.
Yeah, it's
Quit
definitely
Playing Games
Backstreet
with
Boys,
My
right?
Heart.
Okay.
I mean, Backstreet Boys is probably the best.
100%.
Yeah, that's 100%. Yeah. Backstreet Boys, final answer.
That's right. And Andrew, as consolation, In Sync was a wrong answer on the show as well. So no shame in that one. And I'm glad we don't know more boy bands than that. Okay, here we go for 4 points. 1968, Piece of My Heart. 19, Jason.
Janis Joplin or Big Brother and the Holding Company.
Janis Joplin is right. Atta baby. We know some of us know our 60s classic bands. Yeah, Janis Joplin. That still is a fantastic recording. And finally, for 5 points, well done, Jason. For 5 points, 1987, Open Your Heart. 1987, Open Your Heart, 5 seconds. Time, Rochelle, 10.
Is it Madonna?
That was a hit for Madonna. That's correct. Okay, no points there. The end of the first half of the first round, it is a close as can be match. Right now, the blue team is ahead 20-17, but that's a virtual tie. And in our next category, we start off with a surprise substitution, surprise substitution, surprise substitution. La
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 la.
la la la. Joe jumping in. I appreciate it.
Right, Joe. Oh, I love it. I love it. Let's make it a corral. The category for the surprise substitution is double double E. Double double E. Okay, here we go for 1 point. It's an implement edged with rubber used to remove excess water. It's Joe.
Squeegee?
Squeegee is the double double E. That's 1 point. And Joe, that buzz in does count as part of the 5 clues. The rest of the categories, the rest of the columns category is mine. Mine. Here we go for mine. 2
Bob, I'm
points.
sorry. Is that like a hole in the ground, or is that like a French dude, like in a box?
M-I-N-E. I'm looking at it, hole in the ground. Mine. Because you're mine. Okay, here we go for 2 points. Radiation-laden radon-222 is a byproduct of mining this element named for a planet. Kirsten?
Uranium.
Uranium is correct for 2 points. Mine for 3. This green-blue gemstone is sometimes acquired as a side operation at copper mines, like the Bisbee one in Arizona. Andy?
Turquoise?
Turquoise is the gemstone. 3 points for the blue team. Mine for 4. These birds are sensitive to methane and carbon. Ray?
What are canaries?
Yes, carbon monoxide, explaining their use in a coal mining phrase, canary in the mine. That's correct for 4 points. Finally, for 5 points. In 2012, a website to make its diamond and other mining operations more transparent was launched in this 2-word West African nation. In 2012, Jonathan.
Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone is correct for 5 points. Okay, it is still neck and neck. And our next category is your peas. Your peas, that's P-E-A-S. I hasten to add. Your peas, P-E-A-S. Okay. For 1 point. Pea soup has been used to describe this type of London air condition. Ray?
What is fog?
Fog, as far back as Herman Melville in 1849. Okay. Your peas for 2 points. Here we go. The halftime show of Super Bowl 45. Joe?
Black Eyed Peas?
This group, which included Will.i.am and Fergie, Black Eyed Peas, is correct for 2 points. Your peas for 3s. This numerical expression refers to a pair of things that bear a strong resemblance to each other. Ray?
What are 2 peas in a pod?
Peas in a pod is the expression, and you're out of this category, having buzzed in twice for 4 points. This classic Billy Wilder film gets its name from the nursery rhyme that ends, peas porridge in the pot, 9 days old. This classic Billy Wilder film gets its name from the nursery rhyme that ends, peas porridge in the pot, 9 days old. 5 seconds. Time. Rochelle, I know you know this one.
Some like it
Some
hot.
like it hot.
Some like it hot. Some like it cold. Some like it in the pot, 9 days old. Okay. Finally, peas. Your peas for 5 points. John Irving and Gore Vidal went to this New Hampshire boarding school, abbreviated PEA. John Irving and Gore Vidal went to this New Hampshire boarding school, abbreviated PEA. 5 seconds. Time. Rochelle, Dan?
Phillips Exeter Academy.
That's exactly right. I told you this woman is good.
I believe it's Phillips Exeter Academy, Bob.
Exeter with,
I'm just joking, Bob.
oh, yes, I see. Well, you were chiming in and you knew it. Phillips Exeter Academy. Okay. Now we went from mine to your P's, so you will not be surprised that our last category is Q's, but that's spelled Queues, Q's. Mine, your P's, and Q's. Here we go with Q's for 1 point. I hope everybody's gotten it now that I've run it into the ground. Get ready, get set, wait. Lines at this Anaheim theme park are known to be long, especially, Ray,
What is Disneyland?
for rides like Peter Pan's Flight. Disneyland is correct for 1 point. Q's for 2. In 2009, people lined up for free vaccinations in an effort to fight off the H1N1 type of this. Andy,
Flu.
flu for 2 is correct. Q's for 3. Lines at US gas pumps resulted from a 1973 oil embargo by OAPEC, OAPEC. OPEC with this, Andy? Andy?
Sorry, it was still on mute. Organization of Petroleum and Producing Countries.
Nope. Sorry. Break for the red team. I'll complete the entire clue. Lines at US gas pumps resulted from a 1973 oil embargo by OPEC, OAPEC. That's OPEC with this 4-letter word added. Red team, this is up to you. And Jason, you have the response.
So we
Read it
can
one more-
like chat.
Can you read it one more time, Bob?
Sorry?
Can you read it one more time?
Yeah, because I didn't finish the first one. That's fair. Lines at US gas pumps resulted from a 1973 oil embargo by OPEC, OAPEC, which is OPEC with this 4-letter word added.
I believe Arab.
Well, hold on, Jonathan. So, team, Jonathan saying Arab? Jonathan, feel super confident about that?
I feel 90% about it. So it's OPEC with Arab.
What
I
is
don't see any other 4-letter word with A.
Arab?
yeah.
Arab or Asia?
That's not who we were embargoing though, right?
All right.
No, it was.
Okay, can we have a response, Jason?
We'll say Arab. That's our final answer, Arab.
Thank you. Arab is correct. Yes, the Organization of Arab Petroleum Exporting Countries. Correct. Okay. Here we go for 4 points in Q's.
Hey, real fast, Bob.
Yeah.
Andy, are you out now? Was that second bus?
I'm not sure.
Well, we had Disneyland was Ray, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
The flu was also Ray, was it not?
No, that was Andy. So Andy's out now.
So Andy is out. Okay.
Hey, my buzzer is still showing Andy though.
Mine is not. Can you reset the buzzer, Rochelle?
I don't. Hold on, Jason. Why don't you refresh your buzzer? Because if no one else is seeing that. It might be yours
Hold
froze.
on. I gotta rejoin the game.
Yeah, there should be a cookie there that says a button that says to rejoin. Rejoin game 743.
Oh, yeah. All right, thanks.
Yep.
We're all set? Okay. Here we go. Cues for 4 points. Long lines are the norm on the day after Thanksgiving, which has this colorful name. Jonathan?
Black Friday.
Referring to profit, Black Friday is right for 4 points. And finally, for 5 points in cues. Shortly after Petrograd police opened fire on a group lined up for bread, he abdicated. Shortly after, Ray.
Who is Tsar Nicholas
More specific?
II?
That's correct for 5 points. So Nicholas II. So we have a very close game, a virtual tie between blue team Casu Marzu 39, All About the Bays 31, that's the red team, and the possibility, of course, of a tie since both teams are ending the first round with an odd score. But that's not odd because we got two strong teams. And here we go for our second round, where the points are doubled, as I always like to say, and the scores can really change. Good luck, teams. Your first category, you go, girl. You go, girl. For 2 points, in 1975, Junko Tabei became the first woman to reach the top of this highest mountain. Ray.
What is Everest?
That's 2 points for the blue team. Everest is correct. You go, girl, for 4. This co-founder of Ms. Magazine also helped create Take Our Daughters to Work Day. Ray.
Who's Gloria Steinem?
Gloria Steinem is right, and you were out of the category. And you, as the captain, you can watch your team on this next trio.
Hey, Bob, can we do a test buzz real fast for Charlie?
Of course.
Okay, thanks.
For 6 points, and you go, girl. In 1936, Margaret Burke White became one of the first photojournalists to work for this magazine. In 1936, Margaret Burke White. Jason.
Life.
Say again?
Life.
Life is correct for 6 points. Life magazine. Very good. You go, girl, for 8. On Easter Sunday, 1939, this woman sang to a crowd of 75,000 at the Lincoln Memorial. On Easter Sunday, 1939, this woman sang to a crowd of 75,000 at the Lincoln Memorial. 5 seconds. Time. Rochelle, Dan?
Not that old, Bob. Don't know.
I don't
Is
know.
it Mahalia Jackson?
No, not Mahalia Jackson. Marian Anderson. Marian Anderson. She had Eleanor Roosevelt go to bat for her when she got crap from the Daughters of the American Revolution. The very famous concert. Okay. You probably have seen the film of the concert without knowing the name, but now we do. We should remember her. Okay, 10 points. You go, girl. She designed the new home of the Museum of Chinese in America, which opened in Manhattan's Chinatown in 2009. She designed the new home of the Museum of Chinese in America. Jason.
Oh boy. Maya Lin.
Maya Lin, very good, 10 points. And that puts the red team over the top at the moment, ahead again, 47-45. What a match. Great job, both teams. Our next category, spiritual autobiographies. Spiritual autobiographies for 2 points. Published in 1694, George Fox's journal recounts the, in quotes, shaky birth of this religious group. Published in 1694, George Fox's journal recounts the, in quotes, shaky birth. Jonathan.
They're the Quakers.
The Quakers, that's the shaky birth they were referring to. Well done for 2 points. For 4 points in spiritual autobiographies. Helping to spread Hinduism in the US. Paramahansa Yogananda penned an autobiography of one of these holy men. Helping to spread Hinduism in the US, Paramahansa Yogananda penned an autobiography of one of these holy men. 5 seconds. I do remember when this book came out. Rochelle, Dan?
No.
No?
No idea.
Autobiography of a Yogi. Autobiography of a Yogi. Okay, for 6 points. 1964's markings marked the life and reflections of this UN leader who died in a plane crash. Ray.
Who is Dag Hammarskjöld?
Dag Hammarskjöld is correct. 6 points. And if you can believe it, Markings was #1 on the New York Times bestseller list for a year, a spiritual autobiography. Can you imagine a book like that selling like that in this day and age? 1 year, it was a huge hit. And it's a beautiful book. Enough of the commercial now. Back to spiritual autobiographies for 8. This Pope's Journal of a Soul, From Adolescence to the Vatican, was published after his death in 1963. This Pope's Journal of a Soul, From Adolescence to the Vatican, was published after his death in 1963. 5 seconds. Time. Dan, Rochelle?
There weren't that many names of popes.
Mhm.
Pius?
Nope.
Pope John the First.
No, that was
John
about
the-
like the
Yeah,
12th.
it's John plus number. John.
Yeah, it was Pope John, the beloved Pope John the 23rd. Pope John the 23rd. That too was a huge bestseller.
I was within 22. That's fine.
He missed off by 22. Good enough for government work, right? For 10 points, spiritual autobiographies. I must disclose it was the name of St. Augustine's 4th century spiritual autobiography. Ray?
What is Confessions?
Confessions is correct for 10 points. Okay. Again, we have some brief clues here, teams. Get ready to buzz in. The category is homophonic pairs. Homophonic pairs. That would be like if the clue were a naked Gruen, the answer would be, anyone?
Bear.
A bear. Right. That's the example. Here we go for 2 points. A rather colorless bucket. Joe?
Pale.
A pale is correct for 2 points. Homophonic pairs for 4. A levy on short bulletin board nails. Ray?
What is a tax?
Tax is correct for 4 points. Isn't this silly? But it's points for 6 points. Jot down correctly. Ray?
Right.
Right is correct, and you're out of the category. 8 points. Entirely sacred. Joe?
Holy.
Holy is right. And Joe and Ray have owned this category, but they're both out of it for the final 10-point clue. Contracting tissue in a bivalve mollusk. Contracting tissue. Kirsten?
Muscle.
A muscle is right for 10 points. Can you tilt your camera up so we can see a little bit more of you, Kirsten? Yeah, we need to see the full mask. Thank you. Okay, very good. 10 points is right. At the end of the category, the blue team made a real burst there, but the Bays catching up. It's still anybody's match, 81-59. 81 for Casu, 59 for the Bays, but we got 3 more categories. The next is South America. For 2 points. The name of this capital of Peru is a corruption, Ray?
What is Lima?
Lima, corruption of the Quechua name Rimac, meaning talker. For 4 points, South America. Argentina, where the wind comes sweeping down this fertile plain with about 3/5 of the country's people. All right, Ray.
What are the Pampas?
Correct. The Pampas. You're out of the category. 6 points. You go your way, I'll go mine to this country's highest elevation, 1,685 feet at Mount Catedral. You go your way, I'll go mine to this country's highest elevation, 1,000. Kirsten?
Uruguay.
Uruguay, sure. You go Uruguay, I'll go mine. That's what they were referring to. Nicely done, Kirsten. Okay, for 8 points. Named for a military hero, this country has had 17. Jonathan?
Bolivia.
Bolivia is correct. And I'm sort of tempted to just tease you and not give the rest of the clue. And you can wonder what it had 17 of. But I will not do that. It has had 17 constitutions since its independence. Okay. Very good, Jonathan. Finally, 10 points in South America. 2 miles wide, these falls form part of Argentina's northern border. 2 miles wide. Jason.
Iguazu Falls.
Very good. That is correct. And a triple stumper on the show, my friend. Very, very good. Iguazu Falls. Okay, 87 to 83. It is tight, tight, tight. Our next to last category is D science. Now, D is in quotes. D science. So the D will begin the correct responses. Here we go. Because it loses its leaves in the autumn, the maple is this type of tree. Joe. Joe?
You're on mute, Joe.
Joe shy?
Deciduous?
Deciduous is right, yes.
Sorry.
Everybody really unmute as soon as you're called on, please. That'd be great.
Sorry.
However, we have a surprise substitution, surprise substitution, surprise substitution.
La, 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 la.
The category is Netflix, but not the company Netflix. It's 2 words. Netflix. Okay, you'll get it. Here we go for 4 points. Tennis pro Jonathan Rhys-Meyers is smitten with ScarJo in this, Ray?
What is match point?
Woody Allen film with the tennis term title Match Point is correct for 4 points. Okay, back to D science. D science. In dogs and some other animals, this vestigial digit does not reach the ground when walking. Andy.
Dew claw.
Dew claw is right. And that was a triple stumper on the show. Well done. D, in quotes, D science for 8. Yes, for 8. Fertilizing the queen is their only job. Ray?
What are drones?
Drones is correct. I think that's your second buzz. Finally, for 10 points in D science. It's either of the 2 cells formed when a cell divides. Each one is a genetic duplicate of the parent cell. It's either of the 2 cells formed when a cell divides. Each one is a genetic duplicate of the parent cell. 5 seconds. Time. Rochelle, 10?
It's not diploid, is it?
Nope.
Oh, no.
Nope. It's a daughter cell.
Oh.
A daughter cell. Okie dokie. And our final category is roll call. That's ROLE, I might add. ROLE. The score is 107 to 83, favor of the blue team. Still within reach. Here we go for 2 points. One of his greatest roles is Jake LaMotta in Raging Bull. Andrew.
Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro is right for 2 points. 2 more points for the red team. Roll call for 4. We got a double dose of this funny man in the 2011 comedy Jack and Jill. We got a double dose of this funny man in a 2011 comedy called Jack and Jill. Kirsten,
Adam Sandler.
that is right. And boy, is that like the worst comedy ever made. It's just horrible. Okay, but you got the 4 points. Well done. 6 points. Her roles include Roxy Hart in the musical Chicago and Diarist, Ray.
Who's Renee Zellweger?
Renee Zellweger is correct for 6 points. Getting ready to play Judy Garland, if you can believe it, in a film in a few months. For 8 points in roll call. She played Liz Gilbert in Eat, Pray, Love. Ray.
Who's Julia Roberts?
Julia Roberts is right. And finally, for 10 points, 25 years after The Hustler, he reprised his role as Fast Eddie Felson in The Color of Money. Jason.
Somebody who blogs about billiard movies. I sure better know this. Paul Newman.
Paul Newman is right. But the blue team manages to come out on top 121-99. It's a very close match. No shame for anybody. Applause for everybody. Well
Good
done.
game, guys.
Thank
Good
you
game.
Good game, guys. Nice playing.
for the great support. Good match, everybody. We'll see you again.
Thanks.
Well
Good
done.
luck moving forward.